Good evening, everybody. Today is August 27th, 2024. This is Tad with YouHaveTheRight.com, and I have Donnie here with us. Donnie is the one who's helping me with the Cash In on Bad Credit program. And tonight we have another success story from Lisa using our program, and this is just a fabulous success story, and I want Lisa to tell her first-hand experience. So, Lisa, welcome to the call.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So,
do you want me to just jump in?
And
yeah. So, I've been. I started probably over a year ago learning about the coupon payment method from a few different sources, and tried it with a credit card that had about over $12,000 balance. Late September, early October last year, so just under a year ago, and the credit company got the coupon, and they sent me a letter saying that they closed my account for refusal to pay. And then from there, they started to give me late payments on my credit reports. And I tried a couple of different people on how to do it. I sent some to the regular mailbox that they send with the statement. I tried sending it to the indentured trustee. I tried sending it to the CFO. I tried several different ways, and all along, nothing was working. And I'm getting every month late marks on my credit report, and of course interest and fees and all the things that go with that, because I'd paid them several times through the coupon method. So earlier this year, I forget exactly how, I found YouHaveTheRight.com and signed up for their course. And after maybe a month or two of going through it, I was getting kind of overwhelmed and thought, I don't know if I can do this. So Tad kind of, he helped me through the process of just really more moral support than anything, just so you can do this, I'll answer any questions. And so I finally sent a demand for deletion letter to the credit card company, and that letter just asked them, you have to remove these negative remarks from my credit reports because it's violating my privacy. And they responded with, we don't know what you're talking about. So then I, again, according to the step-by-step process on YouHaveTheRight.com, I was in the small claims court in the state in which I live, the county, and within 2 weeks of sending in the small claims, I got an email from the credit card company's attorney, one of them, and they offered to, I would just pay half the balance due, which with fees and interest and everything was up to $14,000. And basically I was like, no, I know that I don't have to pay this at all. So went back to Tad and Donnie, and I got a verification letter from them, and I sent the letter, to verify the debt to the attorney, and she said, we're not going to sign this, and now we're going to sue you. And I was like, okay. So a couple of weeks after that point, I got a case in the mail from a new attorney for the credit card company, trying to move my small claims to a superior court in the state in which I live.
Superior or federal?
No, it was still a state court.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't federal. It was still a state court. And so I emailed the new attorney saying that, I just wanted to withdraw the case, because I didn't say this in the first email, but on Tad's and Donnie's recommendation, I was going to sue for damages against the credit card company for, defamation, for damaging my credit, I was denied credit cards that I applied for due to the credit card company putting late marks on my credit reports. So I emailed back and forth a few times with the new attorney, and finally the last email I sent that got them to completely discharge the debt and they're going to take all the negative remarks off my credit report was I said, I know that the credit card company has an IRS write-off for this, that they have insurance, right, that has reimbursed them for the alleged debt, late debt, and also that, what was the last thing? The last thing was, and that they've probably gone to the Fed window to get payment based on the coupons that I sent with my signature. And that was finally after that, the attorney came back and said that the credit card company was willing to completely discharge the debt, send requests to all the 3 credit reporting agencies to remove the negative remarks, and I was good to go. And so that's kind of the nutshell version, and there's more details, but that gives you an overview. And, if you want to ask questions or fill anything in, I'm happy to do that.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for that story. If anybody has any questions, hit *6 on your phone.
Yeah.
If you have any questions for Elisa, hit *6 on your phone.
It's Rocky.
Okay, Rocky, go ahead.
Great. Okay. Congratulations, Lisa. I had you had said something I was going to ask for you a little bit more information on. You said that you sent an email stating that you'll withdraw the case in response to them, I guess, notifying you that they were going to move to remand the case to a state court.
Correct.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit more about what, how you rebutted, like how you sort of rebutted their position on that you would withdraw the case? What effect would that have by withdrawing the case? Wouldn't their claim still stand if they had a counterclaim?
So my understanding is, and Donnie, if I get any of this wrong, jump on in. But my understanding is they wanted to move the case because, so the limit for small claims in the state in which I live is $10,000. My card was after the fees and interest and everything was about $14,000. So they wanted to move it out of small claims and to the state court where they were going to sue me, right? So first they had to get rid of the small claims and then come after me for damages, right? Mm-hmm. So I had failed to withdraw the case so that I could sue them for damages. So they were trying to move it so that they could do that to me. And so I said, look, I was planning to withdraw this. You got to it first, and I'll just withdraw it. And so the attorney, I can look up the email that he sent, but he said, okay, so just to be clear, you want to dismiss this, without prejudice or something? And I'm like, no, that's never what I said. I said I want to withdraw it. And so he was trying to get me to just give them the ability to withdraw the case without having to go through court and then come back and sue me. Do you see? So that was their point, and I was trying to get them to not do that. Does that kind of answer the question?
I guess it does. I'm looking at it from their perspective. It appears that maybe they were trying to trick you to drop the case, but because they really didn't have any reason to remand the case to a state court. Is that you kind of called their bluff? Is that sort of what I'm understanding?
So they were moving it from small claims, right, to a state court where they would have more leverage. And they wanted to sue me, but they couldn't while I had them in small claims. So they had to first get rid of the small claims. And so what I sent, the first email I sent was, "Dear Mr. Lawyer, regarding case blah, 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 I was planning to withdraw this case from the county court. However, you removed it before I had the chance to withdraw it. Are you agreeable to this case being withdrawn?" His response was, "I want to make sure I understand correctly. You want to dismiss the case. If so, yes, we can prepare a stipulated dismissal with prejudice to get the case dismissed." So he's trying to reserve the ability to come back and sue me once the small claims was dismissed. They wanted to sue me for the full $14,000, but they couldn't do that while it was in small claims, which was up to $10,000.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Do you think? Right. No, it does make sense. Do you think that a judge would, would rule that they could move that case to, a state case?
Well,
you think that
probably, because the amount in question was more than the small claims. Even though I wasn't suing them because of the actual debt, I was suing them for violating my privacy rights.
Right.
And telling the credit reporting agencies about my alleged late payments.
Right. Okay.
So the other thing that I was getting help with preparing to do, which it didn't come to this because I was able to get them to dismiss the debt, was to work on disbarring the attorney that was trying to get the case removed from small claims.
Okay.
So I had a lot of different tools in my arsenal to prevent this from getting anywhere near the state court. And if it did get to that point, then I would have been able to go to discovery, and then I would have had a whole lot of other options, in terms of getting all sorts of information about how the credit card companies really, work with our debt.
Right. And thank you. Could I ask one more question?
No,
I don't want to take up everybody's time. All right. Ted, why don't I tag it on the end then? I'll let you get to somebody else.
Here now, so go ahead.
Okay, I'll do it quickly. So that letter of when you send that letter of the demand for deletion notice, I know that we've had a change in sort of what we if we keep all the federal stuff out of the complaint, but I noticed that it is still in the deletion notice. Did your deletion notice have those federal, Privacy Act, things like that we're not supposed to have in the small claims, form, or not?
It did. I was using the first letter from a few months ago, and I know it's been updated. So I have other credit card companies that I'm going after now, because I've tried this process on a few, and some of them were this isn't an acceptable form of payment, the coupon method, but they didn't close the card. So I have late payments, and I'm going to go after them using the new one. It's the 1974 Privacy Act, I guess, is for federal agencies, not for credit card companies, but the rest all are relevant. Okay. So yeah, I did, and it got their attention. That's the first thing that got their attention was that small claims.
Gotcha. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We got a blocked phone number here. When your phone unmutes, it's your turn.
Hi, my name is Lori, and thank you to Tad and Donnie for the opportunity to ask a question. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing your story. I'm curious as to how you worked with Tad and Donnie. What was the total cost to get their help to help you achieve what you've achieved? And also, can you reveal what state you're in?
I'd rather not say what state I'm in. And I'm sorry, you asked what was the cost for Tad and Donnie?
Right now I'm asking $300 for coaching. It's worth a lot more than that, but this is our new program, and I want to get it going off the ground, so we're only asking $300 for it.
Okay, and do you does your coaching program include mortgage and taxes?
It involves the credit, the cash in on bad credit program right now. So if you have lenders that are reporting negatives on your credit report, and if you want to go through our course, that includes helping you through the course and any issues that might come up or documents that you don't understand.
Okay, and do you have a program that's specific to mortgages and taxes, like property taxes?
Property taxes, that's a tough one. We do have land patent coaching with someone else, and it's a lot more expensive. But he knows what he's doing, so why don't you contact me privately? We go over that.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
You bet. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for all the questions for Lisa. So, Lisa, thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, thanks for all your help to get to this point.
Would you say, how do I want to phrase this? How much did our coaching help you?
Well, your coaching was the only thing that actually got me through the process and got me to this point.
Okay.
So,
not to say that it would be that for everybody, but your situation got a little complex. It had some complications, but that's okay. We know how to deal with it, so it's very simple.
Yeah,
okay,
I think anytime you're going to court, it's like you got to expect the unexpected. So I just felt so grateful that I had somebody there that I could okay, what do I do now? And you guys were on it right away.
Exactly. Because we want you to be successful. If you're successful,
I was,
we're
thanks
successful.
to you. Yeah.
Huh?
That's awesome. I was successful thanks to you.
You're very welcome. All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right.
All right, Donnie, you still there?
I am.
All right. You're so quiet. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clear the board here. Get everybody off.
Is Lisa gone?
She's still on the call, but
Okay.
I just deleted her from the Q&A. You want to talk to her?
Yeah, I just want to ask if she's comfortable going forward with the process.
Okay, so Lisa, hit *6 on your phone again. Takes a little bit for it to show up. There we go. All right, go ahead.
Hey.
Lisa, you comfortable going forward with the same thing, with getting the rest off you feel good about that going forward?
Oh, yeah. I feel you mean with the other card companies that I'm going after now?
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I feel like it started with a difficult one, and now everything else will be easier because it's a lot less money.
Right. Okay. Keep in touch.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much.